1951. The movie was The Quiet Man, and the director was John Ford, of course, the acclaimed movie director. John Ford was born in the state of Maine, but both of his parents came from Spiddle, a little village just 40 miles away from here. And he always had a lifelong wish to make a movie here in the west of Ireland. And he realised this dream in the summer of 1951 when John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara, Victor McLendon, Ward Bond and Barry Fitzgerald, they all arrived and stayed at Ashford for a 6-week period over that summer. All the extras in that movie were all local people, and my own dad was in the movie as well as an extra, so it's a very special movie to us all. Now, we had Maureen O'Hara come to visit us all in 2011, which was quite special. At 91 years of age, she was still as beautiful and charming as ever. And we're going to finish off that whole thing with we're going to pay tribute to all those, I should say, this October. It's already been arranged. On the 4th, 5th and 6th of October this year, we're going to unveil a life-size bronze statue to John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara in the village of Cong. And this is going to be a fun weekend. We have a whole weekend that we're about to launch. And included in that, you have packages at Ashford Castle. It's going to be a reserved number, so 20 rooms, I think, reserved for that. So nobody knows about it. You're the first to hear about this. So if you're interested in that, maybe you should have a word with the hotel to book a spot there, because it's going to be a very, very special weekend, and we're going to have celebrities here for all of that as well. Now, coming in towards Ashford Castle here, of course, the history of Ashford goes back, as I said earlier, to the 13th century. It was an Anglo-Norman fortress. It was then owned by the Browns in the 1700s, and then the Guinnesses from 1852 to 1939. Benjamin Lee Guinness, the first one here, and his son Arthur Guinness, when they decided to come out to Ashford, they would have come from Dublin to Galway by train, and they would have taken their private steamer yacht, the Lady Eglinton, across this lake to Ashford Castle. The last of the Guinnesses, Ernest Guinness, had his own private collection of seaplanes, which he could fly from Dunleary Harbour in Dublin, and that plane would land on the water here just in front of Ashford Castle. Then they sold it to the Irish government, who in turn broke it up in the way I earlier described. And the castle itself was leased out to Noel Huggard from Watermill in Kerry. He opened it as a hotel in 39. So 75 years later will be next year, and that's when we're going to have our anniversary. The castle has been the home to many celebrities and heads of states over the years. In 1905 we had George V, Prince of Wales. We had more royalty in 1961 with Princess Grace and Prince Rainier of Monaco. Princess Grace Kelly's family came from a little place called Newport, only 25 miles away from here. So that was the connection there. And we had her son then, the Prince, and his fiancée at the time here in 2011 to mark the 50th anniversary of his parents' visit. We've had many Hollywood stars down through, well, of course we had President Mr. Reagan in 1984, and we had British Prime Minister Tony Blair and his wife in 98. But we've had many celebrities here down through the years, like John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara in 51. Through the 60s and 70s, other big names such as Bing Crosby, Bob Hope, Fred Astaire, Gene Autry, while in more recent times Brad Pitt, Mel Gibson, Pierce Brosnan, Robin Williams, Julia Roberts, so the list goes on and on. We'll be out here all day telling you about that. So I think you'll agree it's a fabulous estate, and we're very excited because we have brand new owners here, the Red Carnation Hotel Group, came from South Africa, that family originally, but there are many hotels based in London today, and we're very excited because this is a very good company. They're also a travel company that own Brendan Tours, for instance, and companies like that, so we're looking at good years ahead again. And we hope you've enjoyed the tour, and we'd hope that if you go onto TripAdvisor or anything like that, that you give us a good comment, or indeed, what we ask people to do is to leave a comment at the castle, because all those comments are put together at the end of the month, and everything is looked at on a monthly basis. So any comments that you leave will certainly come to our attention, and we'd like that can be either criticism or good comments. Well, indeed, what I often say is, if you haven't enjoyed the cruise, keep it to yourself. And if you have enjoyed the cruise, keep writing about it. Okay, thank you very much for coming out today. guest on board, this song is for you.